powerful. Where you at, Ashley? That Ashley come out and talk to the people. And she asked me to talk about self-love. I don't know why she asked a guy, but obviously we need to hear it from the other side. Self-love is a destination. It is not something you just casually throw out there. There's a couple of things that have to happen, a combination of things in order for you to have self-love. One, self-respect. Two, a moral compass. And three, self-care. See, if you put self-love first, then you start justifying other people's stuff because you think love cures it all. And actually, it don't. So the moral compass comes from where you think you're going to go. Are you going to be good or are you going to be bad? And that happens when you're a kid, because how many people got some thug friends from way back when? Raise your hand. And then you said, I'm not going to be like them. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be good. Then self-respect says, you're going to have to respect me because I respect myself. I'm not going to allow things to happen to me. I'm not going to do foolish things. Like when I was a kid, I had friends of mine who liked to rob people. See, we didn't know it was really wrong because we didn't understand your moral compass. We thought that's just what they did. Absolutely. But what they did was end up in prison. Well, they ended up in a mental institution because they didn't understand their moral compass, therefore they didn't respect themselves. They allowed these things to happen to them. And that is a bad thing. I used to say love was the maximum toleration of someone else's bullshit. That's how I used to feel. Because I didn't understand love. I thought love was always about the acceptance of things, and it ruined it for me. So now I know that love is the maximum consideration you give to a person that's supposed to protect you mentally and emotionally. You want that person to do that. You're so considerate. So if I love you, I have to do for you before I do for her. That's what consideration looks like. So now, what we don't tend to do is apply it to ourselves. So before we get to self-love, I left out self-care. Because some of you are givers. Raise your hands if you're a giver. Right. Raise your other hand if you know takers. Right. Okay, see, the problem was you gave that care to other people and you did it without the understanding of reciprocation. That's why they're takers. Because you didn't tell them, hey, we as friends or we as family members, what I do for you, I need you to do that for me. You see how that goes? But without that, you feel like they're taken from you. Now, what self-care or what self-love is, it's not selfish. It is you taking those combination of the moral compass and self-respect and the other one I said because I had two crown royals. Self-care. There you go. See, I appreciate that. When you put all three together, you can actually have self-love. Now, let me tell you the benefits of self-love. No one takes advantage of you. No one has to protect you because you protected yourself by doing those things for yourself. And the best thing to do is put you on the schedule like you put other people on the schedule. Anybody wake up in the morning and take somebody to work? Before it's time for you to go to work? Nobody ever did that? Anybody ever lend their car out so somebody to go to work? Yeah. Come on now, I'm not I'm talking about what you've done, not what you learned. Because we've all done these things, put people before us. Now we're at that point where it's all about us. And that's why I said you're not selfish when you start thinking about yourself. So, another thing that self-love does, if you check out my book, it lets you know who is ready to be with you. See, it comes down to relationships, all relationships. And when you take care of yourself and you love yourself, you'll know who's not loving themselves before they try to commit to you. Anybody here been in a bad relationship? Raise your hand.
Right here.
If you've been in a bad relationship, you might get compensation for your bad relationship. Ain't that a big thing going right now? So you've been in a bad relationship because you never set the rules and the boundaries, and you never put yourself on the list of the things you're about to do. So when we come down